Hey guys, what's up? This is Bry. Aura check-in in a moment. I am 58 minutes into a deep work time block, 4 hours into the start of my work day after my meditation in the morning. And today we're going to talk about good, bad days, playing poorly well. Aura gave me a great score this morning, 90, 96, a little generous on the sleep again, was up a little bit more than they saw. But 90 readiness, feeling pretty darn good, but a little bit flat creatively. Sat down to work this morning, started writing. I'm in deep work mode right now. I'm hammering some plus ones. I showed you the, plus one little thing going on up there. But this morning it was just a little bit slow, right? Just hammered away. I got, a couple notes or a couple plus ones done in the first. Where's my stack? Here's my stack. I'll show you what I worked on. But the first couple just took a while. They were just not coming out, not feeling good. Some days I feel just great, and they just really, really come out smoothly, and I'm proud of them, and I can tell I'm hitting it. And that was not this morning, right? Perfect. I now look at those days as opportunities to practice my philosophy, chisel my integrity, as I talked about in one I did yesterday, on James Stockdale, etc. Anyway, started out a little bit slow. And then I'm like, oh, this is a good one. Let's go. I love poo, pain, uncertainty, hard work. Let's get it going. I'm now, much deeper into it. Boy, my desk is a mess, isn't it? And fired up to continue doing the work for the day to make it awesome. But I wanted to capture that with you now because it's important. I'm not always in flow when I start. Often I am, and I feel blessed about that. But I did a little experimenting with food yesterday. And what do we got? We got a reflection in there. We've got my Nano V here. I'll give them a shout out. My own Nano V, a shout out. Appreciate you all. Nano V technology, I use it every single day. I'll use it while I'm working, I'll use it while I'm meditating, etc. Builds your mitochondrial health. Got it on the recommendation of my wife, Ben Greenfield, Ben Pekulski, guys I admire, etc. Which is one of the targets I hit every day, actually. So I'm seeing it right there in the little reflection, which made me take that tangent. Today, committed to sharing wisdom. I had done this on my phone, and I'll do it on the computer again. Let's go. We've got that target I just mentioned, which I will hit with you now. Nano V, where is it? Let's go. Nano V. I did use that for 2 hours while I was writing this morning. I have done my AM opening series. I've done my 11 burpees. I have been oscillating, getting up every 1,000 seconds. I did 77 burpees by the time I finished my AM with deep work block. I did an ultradian oscillation. I have not worked out yet. I like to work out early. I'm going a little bit later today, but I will hit the trail. I will use my blood flow restriction bands. I'll go rock it. I have done my sun salutation. I have not done my 10 pull-ups yet. I've almost done my 100 burpees rather. What's this actually fun to see? I've done 285 sets of 100 or total 100 burpees. That's 28,500 burpees. Let's go. That's like me. Anyway, I'm going to work my way through this through the rest of the day. I did do my meditation. Oops, I can get rid of that. I did 30 minutes this morning. I do less often when I'm writing just so I can get into deep work mode, etc. I had a micro moment of awesome with my daughter. Very important. Let me show you her artwork. She made a Christmas tree. Christmas tree from my daughter with presents. Our Christmas trees, by the way, we cut down. Emerson is in charge of that. We've got a little bit of land, and we get our Christmas tree, a raggedy one, from the property. But anyway, joyful soulmate, let's come over here. I've already had micro moments of awesome with my wife and with my kids, and I cannot stress to you how powerful this is for me to remind myself of my commitments every single day, giving my son a hug, giving my daughter a hug. I have not kissed my wife yet. Missed that this morning. All right, phone was away when I was with the family this morning. These little things aggregate and compound and help me stay plugged in. Micro moment of awesome with my wife. Micro moment of awesome with my daughter. And it's interesting too. I just wrote a +1 on an idea in which I talked about my new virtues. So I moved around my virtues: joyful, celebratory, encouraging. Top 3 virtues right now. I'm constantly playing with them. I'm going to move them around, which is easy to do, by the way. If you use the app, you can see how you do that. If you come up here to the edit thing, and then you come here, manage virtues, boom. So you can drag them around, right? So I'm going to do that now. Oops, is it being weird with my computer? I got to find where that is. Where do you touch it on the computer? You know what? The way my keyboard is set up is going to make, there we go, cool. So I can put that in number 1 position, right? Celebratory. So that's been a virtue that I have been prioritizing. I want to celebrate life. I want to celebrate people in my life and deliberately practice that. Anyway, the day that I made this my top 2, and I've kind of been moving it around, top virtue, I sent a note to a new friend who's part of our community and doing really, really cool stuff, adapting our work. And I just said, dude, I really like you and I appreciate you and the work that you're doing and just feel thrilled to be connected. And took another moment to celebrate him, to which he replied, wow, what an amazing note to get. I feel, he didn't say so celebrated, but basically he felt the soul, spirit-infused encouragement. And it was a really cool thing for me to see that my identity as a joyful soulmate, and again, for me, soulmate means a lot more than just with my wife. It's with my kids. It's with you. Soul to soul right now. Daimon to daimon. Best self to best self. Hero to hero. Let's go. Can I be a joyful soulmate for you, for my wife, for my kids, for my team, for this guy that I sent the email to? And it was wonderful for me to see that this identity is connected to these virtues. And when I prioritize that virtue, and then I set the target of creating a micro moment of awesome, which is really what I did with this individual, while appreciating that individual, my life was improved, his life was improved, and it's through these tiny little acts of virtue that I believe we together will be able to change the world, which is why we measure your soul force score at an individual level. We measure the number of virtuous targets that we are hitting together as a community. And again, there we go. And the annual recurring virtue that we're creating, the individual recurring virtue that we have together. And this is getting long. I'm going to keep them under 10 minutes, but check it out. Old school Latin inspiration in the +1s. Struck down, I rise again. Percussus resurgo is the phrase in Latin. All truly great thoughts are conceived by walking. Salvator ambulando, to destroy the Latin there. And then a Stephen Covey idea, to be rather than to seem. This should be the motto of every person seeking primary greatness. Unfortunately, too often, seeming to be substitutes for real integrity. It's seeming as opposed to being. And one of the reasons I wanted to create this video to talk about a little sluggish creative start is, let's be real. It's not always sunshine and roses and unicorns. Favorite little make-believe animal, by the way. Whole nother conversation on that. I got to send you a picture of a goat of ours that is a unicorn. Super funny. Anyway, coming soon with the quotes. We're working on optimizing everything within the app. And again, I realize when I use the word optimize now, it's confusing because we had optimize, we acquired optimize. It's now a descriptor for people in our community who are more than dabbling, but not quite mastering yet. Anyway, in the app, we're going to connect every single one of these quotes, and we have thousands and thousands and thousands of them, to the note from which each quote was pulled. Because every single quote in our database, and there are, again, thousands of them that you currently can find hidden with these virtues, but we're going to make it more central. We're going to connect every single one of these quotes to the note from which they originated. So Byron Katie, this is from Loving What Is. Imagine being able to click and go straight to that note and then be able to search, our database, which of course you can do now, and find all the quotes related to the practical wisdom, etc. Anyway, there you go. Day 1, I'm going to go back and make today an awesome day. I love making days that start out rough the best days. The old me would go, oh, whatever, I'm going to throw it in today. No. Today's the day. Don't waste a day, which is another one of the +1s I just wrote on. Let's go, hero.